So, hello everyone. Today in this video we are going to talk about abbreviation in power of 10. So basically in physics, a physical quantity has a value which is very small or very large, then we express that physical quantity in powers of 10, that we call the abbreviation of that physical quantity in the powers of 10. So today we are going to listing those all the basically multiple of 10 for basically the quantity which is very small as well as the quantity which is very big. So a quantity which is very small, we use basically the distance, or you can say anything for a size of atom or nucleus, and for large quantities we use in the case of, like, if we measure the distance for a galaxy and planets and so on. So let's start the abbreviation in powers of 10. The first one that I'm going to discuss, and that is basically, the first one is basically yeah. So first one, yeah. So first one is basically 10 raised the power 1. So it's we are very familiar to this quantity, and this is we call deca. What we call deca. It is denoted by a symbol d a. Okay, 10 raised the power, the easiest one. And if we use 10 raised the power minus 1, then we already know, if we choose 10 raised the power minus 1, that we call like 0.1, and that is denoted by deci, and the symbol we denote like small d. Okay. So another multiple is like 10 raised the power 2. 10 raised the power 2 is 100, and we called it like hecto. What we called it? Hecto. And the symbol is like small h. Okay. And if we go for smaller value like 10 raised the power minus 2, and we are very familiar to this multiple, and that we call centi. What we call centi. That is we call C. And the third one is like if we go for 10 raised the power 3, and this one is very familiar to all of us, because most of the physical quantity we use like kilogram and kilometer, that is denoted by like kilo. The letter is small k. And in similar way, we go for like 10 raised the power minus 3, then this is we call milli. This is we call milli, and the letter we use like small m. Now the fourth one that we are going to use is like 10 raised the power 6. Okay, and that we call mega. What we call mega. That is capital M. The letter we use like capital M. And if we go like 10 raised the power minus 6, and the very useful multiple that we frequently use in physics, that we call it like micro. What we call micro, and the symbol we use like mu. Okay. Now the fifth multiple is like, now we are going from 10 raised the power 6 to like 10 raised the power 9, and that what we call is giga. What we call giga, and the symbol we use like capital G. Okay. And if we go for 10 raised the power minus 9, and I think you already know this 10 raised the power minus 9. What is that? 10 raised the power minus 9 we frequently use in like physics, this is we call nano. What we call nano. Nano, and the symbol is like small n. Okay. So now let's go for another one. That's the sixth one. The sixth one is now we are going for 10 raised to the power 12. 10 raised to the power 12. And the symbol we are going to use like tera. Tera. And the letter we use like capital T. And similarly, if we go for like 10 raised to the power minus 12, 10 raised to the power minus 12, then this is we called pico. What we call pico. Pico is like small p. Okay. And if we go for like 10 raised to the power, next one is like 15, then or the prefix we use for that we call the beta, and the symbol we use like capital P. And again, if we go for like 10 raised to the power minus 15, that is we call the femto. Femto. Small f. Okay. So these are the most highest and most lowest multiples. Not most, but almost. Now, the most one is like 10 raised to the power 80. And this is like exa. This is the greatest multiple, and that is capital E. And if we go like 10 raised to the power minus 30, that is basically inside the nucleus, and that is we call like atto. What we call atto, and the symbol is like small a. So these are basically multiples, and the greatest one and the smallest one that we mostly use in like physics and other subject, but most of the physical quantities we use in these multiples. So I hope this video is helpful for you, and if you have any queries and comments, then please mention that in the comment box, and we will meet in another video. Thanks.